qualify, but my support will be with Gail.
I looked at both resumes and I agree Donna would probably be the better selection.
And again, not take Gay. Gay is excellent, but Donna is for this type of position. Donna fits for right now, in my opinion.
Just always remember, everybody has a first day at something, and everybody has to learn.
Is there a motion to approve a candidate?
I'll make a motion to approve.
By resolution.
Oh.
Andy?
I'm sorry?
Yeah. It has to be done by resolution.
We could do the writing afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Cathers.
So we approve somebody.
Resolution number
229.
Does it need to be added?
What does the agenda say exactly?
Well, it says
Wording on
discussion
it.
and possible appointment.
I would say that includes the resolution.
I would move to approve resolution number 229, 2016, appointing Donna LaFave to the MUA.
I'll second that.
Amy, please poll the council.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes.
Mr. Tompkins?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson?
No.
Mr. Allen?
Yes. Engineers report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the bill list dated October 28th, 2000?
I have one question on that,
Oh.
if I could. On page 5, under police education and training, the account code is 60125-240-000419. Second paragraph, Jason. The first line item is police chaplain basic training. Have we approved police chaplain? Or police chaplain, excuse me. I know Pastor Glass moved away from the area a long time ago and the position's been vacant for over a year.
We've been working with some of the local ministerian to reestablish the chaplain program. We do have three individuals, I'm sorry, that are at the top of that program at this point that are being trained and getting established as the core of that program. We anticipate bringing on, there has been some interest from other members of the ministerian in the community to be a part of this, so we are looking to bring additional individuals on to the program.
Who's going to be attending this training, if I can ask?
This particular training, I believe, will be Esther Anderson, Trueblood, and oh my gosh, Lisa, help me. Me.
Yeah, it slipped my mind.
Yeah, it's right on
Not,
top.
yeah, not Wynn.
No.
It's not Anderson?
Hayes.
Yeah, Reverend Hayes.
Esther Hayes. I'm sorry. But that's where we're currently at. The three individuals that have been working with us.
And
reestablish
this fee will cover all three of them or just one?
I believe it's all three.
All three? It doesn't specify, so. Okay. That's the only question I had.
Is there a motion to approve the bill list dated October 28th, 2016?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Amy, please poll council.
Mr. Tompkins?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson?
Yes.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes, with the exception of any bills relating to the fire department, page 5 and 6.
Mr. Allen?
Yes. Solicitors report.
Yeah, the only thing I would like to advise council on is that the court has approved our fair share housing plan. There was a fairness hearing. We now have, the township has a judgment of compliance, which means that no property owner or builder can sue us for what they call a builder's remedy litigation for 10 years or through 2025. There are a couple of cleanup items I'll be bringing to your attention in terms of resolution before the end of the year, but yeah, so it's good news. We had a hearing and the court did approve our plans, so. And that will allow us to continue to spend money towards rehabilitating homes for people who qualify for that as well, so it's a good thing.
Thank you. Administration?
A couple things. First, before I start, I'd like to commend the council for council's independent thinking and decision-making process that you used in order to get to the end of the issues that you deal with on a regular basis. I don't find in any way that the council that I support when I go into the voting booth comes up here and sits as a bobblehead and just works for someone else other than the people and the residents of this community. So again, I commend you. You guys, you do your homework, and I believe that you address each individual issue independently and in the right manner. A few things that have occurred. I mentioned Bayberry Park. That is still underway. DPW and Recreation are creating just a phenomenal park up there in that small piece of property. So in a couple weeks, I would encourage you to go up there and take a look at that when some of the finishing touches go on there. You can go up there now, and it's just as impressive compared to if you knew what it was prior to this. And it's just another example of what we do with our parks here in the community, and we'll continue to do. The road program is still in effect. The team has taken a small break to help with the build on Imagination Kingdom on Bayberry Park, but they're back. I believe they were only there for a day or two to get the initial build started, and I think Buildings and Grounds has been doing most of the work now, and the streets are back. I think they're out on Burrs Mill. I think they're working out on Burrs Mill. They finished up Arabella, and they're working their way out to, I believe, Presidential Lakes. We have some, Rhode Island is being addressed. We had the engineers go out to Rhode Island and do some mark outs so that they can, and we had a contractor come in and take some trees out so they can come in and do that one section coming into Presidential Lakes that's real bad. And then there's a few other spots out there that they hope to be hitting before the weather takes a turn and shuts our program down for the year. And then I want to commend our recreation department for another phenomenal event. They did the Monster Mash up in the Country Lakes Firehouse, and I gotta also thank the members and volunteers at our fire department and our fire companies who participated in that and stepped up and helped with that project. I stopped by for a little while and very well attended, and it's a very good, safe event for our kids to be at on a night that can be a little scary, or should be a little scary. But no, it was a really good event. So kudos to the rec department, and I could just imagine what the next one's going to be. I think we have the Winter Festival coming up and the tree lighting next month, so I'm sure they'll do a fabulous job there. And I believe that's all we have at this point.
Thank you. Council?
Can I start it off like I normally do?
Sure.
First off,
No, I'll start it off. It make you feel better so you don't have to go first.
I'm comfortable going
Okay.
first. I'm not going to be accused of anything with that statement. I see all the scouts in the back, and I really appreciate you folks coming out. Believe it or not, we really all do get along. We have heated discussions every now and then, but we do get along. Letha is actually a neighbor, lives up the road from me. We all are part of the same community. We just sometimes disagree on the way things are supposed to go, but we are all part of the same community. And it's nice to see your young smiling faces out there. On a little bit more of a serious note, I had brought up a couple of times, because of a personal situation, the parking out here in the parking lot and the handicap spots, gaining access up into the field. I'm still kind of keeping an eye on that. I would like to see some mechanism where if people were parked in the handicap parking spots, they can get up into that field to access some of the community events that happen up there. St. Anne's Carnival, National Night Out are two things that pop into mind. This year I did see some folks that were parked over there that could not get up into the field and were having difficulties, myself included.
And we agree with that, Jack, and as I've told you before, we'll continue to pursue that. I was speaking with the freeholder this morning, actually, trying to move this. As you know, this is part of the land swap that we're doing with the county of Burlington. That's been taking almost 10 years, and I still ask why, but well, we're working on it, and the freeholder assures me, director assures me that this is going to happen. So I don't know, I've heard that before, but once we own that property, we will explore access, different types of access into there.
The other thing is, a month ago I addressed this council, or addressed everybody here, saying that we went to a function at the BMIA building, and there was 0 handicap parking in that parking lot. And I wasn't too happy about that, because there are federal laws pertaining to that. And I was out there this weekend, and there's still no handicap parking out there. We went to a function at the CL Country Club a week or two ago, and there's a parking lot in the front of that building, and there's a parking lot behind that building. And again, I was looking for handicap parking, and there's 0 handicap parking. And again, I feel that we're in violation of ADA law. The other thing, I don't know how to address this or how to start it, and maybe you folks can help me, maybe you folks can tell me to be quiet. But we have the West End Park, and we address it as the West End Park all the time. And there's one individual that was always right up front. It was always about the children, it was always about the kids. And she was a council member and passed away while she sat on the council, and that was Miss Diane Stinney. And to be honest, instead of calling it the West End Park, I would think it would be more appropriate to call it the Stinney Athletic Complex or something like that.
It's actually called the Dominique Johnson Building.
That's the building,
Okay. So you were saying rename the park?
the park. The building would stay the same.
The Lions or something.
Well, everything I've seen in correspondence in the past year has been West End Park. And I would like to get rid of that name and name it something different. And I mean, Diane did a lot for this community.
Mayor, what is the Lions? The Lions name is just coming to mind. Why is that? For the park. Was it just the sign?
No, that was, Mrs. Lyons was very active in that particular neighborhood and the park itself, and had a lot to do with that particular park.
I know someone had mentioned to me about naming the area closer to where she was. Bayberry, is that where she lived?
Mhm.
The Bayberry part, because that's the side of town that she lived on. I know someone had mentioned that to me about doing that.
I just think it would be something that would be appropriate. And since we have, I think the West End Park is just, I don't like that name. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Okay,
Ms. Jackson?
I'll go second, like I always do.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I agree with Mr. Tompkins. It is very nice to see the Boy Scouts here. I remember when my boys were Boy Scouts. What pack are you guys? 415. 415? Okay, my guys were pack 145. I don't even know if they're still around or not. But it is very Nice to see you guys. You guys look very handsome, and seeing you guys really paying attention, so kudos to your pack leaders. I just wanted to say thank you. I see some of the trees getting done in Lake Valley, and our Lake Valley residents thank Public Works for that. And thank you for everyone coming out this evening. Drive home safe, and we'll see you all again at the next meeting.
Again, reiterate what my previous two council members said. It's nice to see young people come out to the meetings, albeit it's to earn a badge, but still, you're out here, you're learning.
They're here.
And right.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we get you home in time to go to bed so you can get to school in the morning.
Survivors in 15 minutes.
And there you go. Game 7, baseball, 15 minutes.
Baseball.
Oh, baseball, sorry.
Game 7.
I'd like to wish everyone, it's a little premature, but we will not see you again before Thanksgiving. A happy and safe Thanksgiving with your friends and family, and I look forward to seeing you next meeting.
Thank you. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Scouts. Thank you for coming this evening. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, by all means, please reach out to any council member. That being said, have a good night. See you at the next meeting. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Are we adjourned or?